Hi, everybody. We are live. And it is another quarantine review. We just need to do a test to make sure that we can hear everything well. Let's
Aha! Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Vinny. Bye. Vinny is off to supper.
Enjoy.
So we have all the musics and everything.
Yep.
That's great. I couldn't hear if there was a backing track, so I'm just going to assume that there wasn't, because it's really a drill that I was doing. Basically, it's playing a 2-5-1 chord change using using arpeggios and then inverting those arpeggios. So what I used in the example was a 2-5-1 from the root G. So you have your A minor, your D dominant, and G major. Okay, now if you don't know what an arpeggio is, it is basically the chord tones, the tones that are used to make up the chord. So you have your root, your third, your fifth, your seventh, and of course there's tonic there. With your minor chords, like the A minor that we're going to be using today, you have your root, minor third, fifth, root, minor third, minor fifth, flat 5. Let me start that over again. You have your root, flat third, fifth, flat 7th, and tonic. And then with the D dominant, we have our root, major third, fifth, flat 7th, and our tonic. So in order to stay in the 4-bar measure, I'm going to do 2nd, 5th, 1, 1 format. So it'll be 1 bar of A minor, 1 bar of D dominant, and then 2 bars of G major, the tonic. This chord progression 2-5 is generally used in jazz more often than anywhere else, and with a lot of other music, you can just get away with pedaling. And that's cool. Generally with jazz, and it's becoming a bit more prevalent in other musical styles to actually play over the changes, where you are then going from notes in one to notes in another. So without further ado, let's start this. You know what? Let's get a beat first. How about a beat? We'll use a beat. probably hear this. All right. Now that I got this running, I don't need to look at it anymore. Hey, Graham, how's it going? So the root arpeggio for this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 you get the idea. So our first plan is that's our root that's not inverted at all. When we do an inversion, basically we're just putting the notes out of order, and we're doing it in a systematic pattern. The first inversion is always third on top, so all right, that's our A, or we can do it here. Let's try that again. Ah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so there's that. 3, 5, 7, 9. 3, 5, 7, 8. 3, 5, 7, 8. 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so there's that, and then our second inversion is our fifth on top. With the A, the fifth is the E. So something like this. Or that's it. Five, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3. Close. Almost there. So that's basically it. And then the real changer is when you're doing this mixing matching between the inversions as they fall under your fingers. So with this one, we should probably stop this because I'm going to make a jackass out of myself if I try to keep up with this pace while I'm doing something that I'm still experimenting with a bit. So, for example, let's say you got your G major going, and it goes to an A, and you're here. All right. Now, that's in the D. That's in the D dominant, right? Sorry. Or then you're back here, and well, where's our arpeggio? No, that wasn't it. I'm a liar. Yeah. So basically, the idea is not to go back to the root, but just to continue the motion that you're going in, or reverse the motion. You could just as easy. Now from here you go, and that actually just sounds nice all by itself, right? So that's the better technology approach, because you can actually see where my hand is now. That's always interesting, right? And you can actually hear what I'm playing, and it's not all muddled and garbled. So that was cool too. I mean, the biggest issue I had with this video from the past one is just the quality of the video. The playing on it was pretty. It's academic, so it's kind of, if you've got it, you got it. If you don't got it, you don't got it, right? I did add a little drum track to it, which gave it a little bit of that old razzle dazzle. But aside that, really the play around idea with this, once I got past the Phil Mann homework, which was run through the cycle of fourths using 2/5 progressions, is that then you have to run through actual 2/5 progressions based off of a single chord, and then be able to work within those confines. Damien Erskine, another professional bassist, when he does his practice sessions, he tries to paint himself in as many corners as possible to attempt to be more creative. And I completely agree with that. If you cut all of these backdoor options out, you go, okay, let's say, it's okay. Let's say we're going with that whole continuation of the arpeggio. Okay, let's say we start on the low E, okay? That's where we have to start, okay? So our A minor starts on a low E, and then we continue staying within these 5 frets. Let's use that as a constraint too. And then now that we're here, now we have to go back down. But don't stop there. And then we start here. You know what I'm saying? So basically you do a continuous chord change, continuous playing over the chord changes, and your starting place is always going to be different. And it's a game that you can play with yourself. You go, okay, well, here's my arpeggio. My arpeggio for A is E, G, A, C. My arpeggio for D would be D, F sharp, A, C. And my arpeggio for G is G, B, D, F sharp. So now those are the only notes that you're using is in this 5 things. So you have an E, you're allowed to use that. You have an F sharp, you're allowed to use that. You have a G, you're allowed to use that. A, you're allowed to use that. A, you're allowed to use that. B, you're allowed to use that. C, you're allowed to use that. That's 7th of the D dominant. D, look, another D. E, F sharp, G, another G, A, B, and C. Those are the notes that you're allowed to use. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you're only allowed to use those notes when they're in the activated chord. So on your 2 chord run, you're only allowed to use E, A, C, and G. Sorry, E, G, A, and C. So E, G, A, C. Now you're on a D dominant. D, D, F sharp, A, C. And now you're on G major. B, G, F sharp, D, B, G, F sharp. Back to G because there's nothing lower. And then we're going to move back to the A. So now we're starting here. A, C, E, G. Now we're on the D chord. What do we have here? We have an A, we have a C, we have an A, we have an F sharp. There you go. And now we're on G. And now we're back on A again. And where do we go for A? There you go. And then we're back on the D. And back to G. Now we're starting here. And back to A, going down. And then back to our D. So we got 5, 7, root 3. And then we're back to A with the E open. So it eventually completes the full cycle. I could write it out. I might write it out. I might use this as one of those practice exercises I do for ILMT. Check out the merch. Yeah, that's right. I got shirts. Got shirts, motherfuckers. Buy my shit. All right. Anyway, I might actually do a write-up on it and then present that as a practice exercise on ILMT, because if you get the shapes and you know the notes and you know where you're supposed to go, the ability to use your voice without having to think about using your voice unlocks creativity like there's no tomorrow. But I think that's about where we're gonna wrap it today. Yeah. So there's that. That's chord progression, by the way. All right. What is the white guitar behind me with the faceplate on it? Hang on. Donna, would you care to switch me? Let me get my headset off. All right. Donna's going to help switch me out here. I'm assuming you mean this beast. Which is a good like 20 pounds.
Yes.
Which is why it's got the special strap on it.
Headed.
Heavily padded strap.
This is the Zen in Now bass.
This is actually the first bass that Donna and I made. And it's a 5-string fretless. Let's give it some. I gotta tighten that. I think it's a little flat.
Just tiny.
Eh.
Tiny bit. You don't really pick at it that much as a flute. Also, the pink one. It's my pink Jones. I like to get it out and
So yeah, this is my 5-string fretless. Yeah, I don't need to play it. I understand that, but I like playing it. So. Anywho, so yeah, the next extended range bass that I plan on doing is going to have a high C, for down here. And then potentially one day I might actually build myself a 7-string bass. The 7-string bass will be mainly a tool for teaching people, because you can actually access from a 7-string tuned in 4th instrument, you can access every phase of a major scale, all of the modes. Like you have your major scale. Start with E. Right? But if you do it 3 notes per scale, E, and if you go by a matrix, if whole step, whole step, whole step, move up a half step, and then you go, and then you move up another half, you move up to the next 2 strings, and you go, let's pretend this is a C string, so we would be here. Like that. And basically, when you do that in one area, it pretty much just reveals how every single mode works out in a major scale. That's the 7 different ways you can express any single major scale based on a harmonic build out of the scale, meaning, you know, when we did that thing, that G, I've really got to get in this thing. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, sharp, G. Right? You could also start that scale from A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Or you can start it from B, which is another minor chord, Phrygian. B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, D. Or you can start it at C, which would be the Lydian scale. Alright, because it's a regular 7. C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. Or you can start it on D, which would be Mixolydian. Or you can start it on E, which would be natural minor, Aeolian. Right, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Or you can start it on the F sharp, which would be Locrian. So on and so forth. Well, Grim, if you want music theory knowledge, that's actually the next bunch of stuff I'm going to start putting up on the My ILMT website, where you can get free access to backing tracks, handouts, and video tutorials regarding all subjects of music. There you go. And that's all at no cost, free. You can just go and take a look. It don't cost you nothing. So there you go. You can feel free to peruse. If you want to have like a one-on-one conversation, that's the only thing I really charge for, and I charge $15 an hour, which I believe is fair going rate, since I know a bit about this field of playing music. So.
That's the going rate for public vehicles.
So yeah, probably starting next week is when I'll start doing the major scale breakdown, harmonization of the major scale, all of the stuff as far as theory is concerned that has to do with like the foundation, things that you need to know what I'm talking about, sort of like a glossary or what have you of the terms that which I'm going to be explaining while I'm going into more deeper subjects of theory. But the first couple of videos are really just going to be to get your feet wet, to understand where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about. Because I realized when I was doing the permutations thing, I'm like, oh yeah, and we're going to do a hexatonic scale. And I go, oh fuck, I didn't even explain it. What if some guy comes up here and is like, I really want to learn how to do this. And then he goes, what the fuck's a hexatonic scale? And then, you know, I pretty much lost him at that point. So I'm backpedaling and getting the theory work out of the way while I continue to give do like video one shots of practice exercises to get your chops down, so that you know, so that when you go to try to do these things that I'm explaining with music theory, with creating music, you're not like, oh well, I don't know how to move my fingers that way. Well, that's covered by permutations. It's covered by finger independence exercises with your plucking hand and whatnot. Oh, that's heavy. But at this point, I am going to get off of here. I got language lessons to do, and I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Got to get all my shit together. I got to get all my shit.
Put it in the bag.
Put it in a bag. Bring it to a shit museum or a shit store and sell it. But I just got to get my shit together, Summer. All right. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Well, Grim, have a great day. Everyone else can fuck off because he was the only person who was here. I will see you guys next time. Tomorrow, Future Focus Friday with potentially no guest. And then Saturday, we do the Rocksmith thing again. Yay! Thank you, Grim. Thank you.